If you never learn how to do business, you finished your work in a company, and you say, well, it's common sense, right? I know what I need to do. Now I can also sell it and make a business out of it. It's common sense. If it's common sense means that if you work hard enough and apply this common sense that we all have, then you should be successful, right? Would you agree? However, the numbers don't show that. The huge majority of businesses, what happens to them? Fail. Okay, I'm not trying to disturb it, to depress you. I think you're depressed enough already after this little thing. But this is true. Statistics show that the main majority of new businesses fail. And the majority of the businesses that do not fail in the first few years, they just survive, which means their owners makes a decent living. Okay? Which means for me, is that business requires uncommon sense. Not a common sense, but uncommon sense. And Dun & Bradstreet, you know Dun & Bradstreet? This is this big company that is doing a lot of companies' information, a lot of business information, a lot of research. They did this big research from small entrepreneurs and what you call ZZPers. And they tried to find out what's the reason why they fail. You know what the main two reasons for why those companies fail? I'll give you a hint. Economy was not part of it. Taxes was not part of it. Okay? Bad customers were not part of it. The two main reasons why small businesses fail is because of lack of skills and lack of knowledge on the part of the owner. If you don't have the right skills or the right knowledge, you're bound to fail. Now, most of you never learned how to run a business. How many of you have MBA? Master in Business Administration. Anybody here? Okay. We have about 20 people. Okay. You will have to work a little bit harder than the rest. All the rest of you are the lucky ones. Okay? Because you don't have all this garbage that they filled you up in university for I don't know how many years and they tell you that this is how you do business. I mean, I'm not having anything against MBA. I have it, okay? I got it. It just didn't help me in running a business because it's not for entrepreneurs. Master in Business Administration was never a study for entrepreneurs. It's a study for managers in big companies that have an unlimited budget and they can put advertisements everywhere. How many of you have that? Anybody has an unlimited marketing budget? Not really, huh? I'll slow down. So, my point is this. Almost no one in this room, actually, before you started your business, went and learned how to do that. To drive a car, you took a course. And you needed to pass 2 exams, I think, in Holland, right? The theory and the practice, right? But to run a business, oh, you just went to the KVK and got a number. I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur, right? Because I have a KVK number. And I don't think this is it. I think that in order to be successful, you need at least 7 things to know well. To have 7 things. Very quickly, you need to have the right knowledge. Most of you don't have the right knowledge. Let me put it on the board, maybe that will be easier. Okay? 7 factors. You need to have the right knowledge. What to do, when to do, how to do. You need to have the right skills. It's not the same. Knowledge is information. Skills is, communication is a skill. Negotiation is a skill. Those are the right skills. You need to have them. And, the skills is something that you need to learn and then practice until you get better. Most of you have skills, but if you didn't learn how to do them right, you might not be that good in that. You need to get the right, this is a dangerous word with ZZPers, but the right partners or the right contacts. Which means we're not alone in this world. And it's much easier to succeed if you have some other people. We'll talk about it. Next one, you need to have the right resources. This is somebody who was talking about finances. Okay? To finance your business, that's part of resources, the right resources. However, who talked about the financing your business? Yeah. You went to the banks, right? To 2 banks. From the 7 types of finance that we teach in the big course, this is the one that I would recommend. Actually, I recommend 6 don't do. This is the first not do. Forget it. This is the worst finance you can get. Okay, there are 6 better than those, and actually most of them I say don't do. Okay? Again, we never learned anything else. I'm not blaming you. It's not because you're stupid. It's not because you're ignorant. It's because you never learned how to do financing the right way. Okay? I don't finance through the bank when I want to grow a company or to start a company, not even close. Okay? So I don't know my bank manager, for example. So this is resources, but resources can be something else. You talked about priorities. You talked about time. Time is a resource. Somebody says, I only have 24 hours a day. Well, Bill Gates have the same 24 hours a day. Make a few more zeros. Okay? Why? Because you're not having the right resource or you're not managing them the right way. So this is a little bit about right resources. Then we need to have the right strategies. Right strategies. That's the long term. Most of you are working from today to tomorrow. I remember at the time that I used to do that. Waking up in the morning and says, oh, I don't have enough participants in the course. How do I bring more people? Today. Anybody that works this way? Ad hoc? That's it? All of you have strategy for a year? How many of you have a business plan for a year that you follow, actually? That's very few. How many of you are following, your bank account, and by that you make decisions? There's more. Okay, so you need the right strategies. And after strategies, we need the right tactics. Yes, the right tactics. What are the actual actions we need to do? I know that that sounds very theoretical. You'll see in a moment how that works. It's very, very simple, actually. And then the last thing, which unfortunately entrepreneurs, including me, are not very good at that, we need the right plan.